Hey, I'm still completely exhausted because I'm working on this deadline. David was trying to kill me. Oh God, I'm so tired. And and I be trying to kill David. This is payback for the last project we did. Oh my God. I'm gonna tell you what I made them do. I made them well. Anyway, um, so Steve Jobs. Just want to say this is Steve Jobs resigned, I believe. I haven't heard the news because on um I was on the computer. I haven't turned on television, and I didn't even know today. David actually told my colleague. Actually told me, and he's in Houston, so so I'm working on a project for him. And so we're crashing the deadline, right? And it's funny when your friend, a colleague is actually you're working on something, and I get the email. He says, "Oh, but sad news about Steve leaving the company." And so I want to say first, Steve, I am praying for you, and just to get the most important thing out. And if you ever change your mind or heart, Jesus loves you. That's all I can tell you. And I always feel for Steve because I think he's in a predicament because he's so logical, I guess. But be tough for him to understand faith and things that are out of our control because so much is in his control. But God knows all things. And I just want to say a real heartfelt, oh man, Steve Jobs is, God bless that man. I don't think people really understand how significant this dude was. I worked my whole career because of Steve Jobs' equipment and his Apple, his technology, and even his acknowledgement is like, I call him Boss Daddy Jobs, because it was okay to be actually um, an artist, because artists are just tread upon. People, I still to this day, I don't get respect. I sound like Roger Dangerfield. But, it's like, okay, if you're not giving me respect, it's because you're not in the loop, the infinity loop. Ooh, that was a rhyme, bust move. Anyway, I want to go on about Steve Jobs and how significant his, every job I had from like 20 years old was because of Steve Jobs. I'm 49, because of his equipment. That's the computer systems that I started getting work on. I did learn one PC when I first got started, but that was very short lived, very, very, very. And then I moved. So like as soon as I learned a little bit of it, I moved to New York. So anyhow, uh, Apple, Pixar, Pixar. I mean, I got Render Man now, and I was like years trying to get that Render Man. I was so thankful he put that Render Man back on there. I worked as an Apple employee, and so I'm gonna end this video on this one thing because it's hurricane, the thunder and lightning. This is Buffalo, New York. It's thunder and lightning. So I want to say something, okay, before I go, because I want to make it short. Vlog 5 minutes. I want to talk about Steve. Is that Tim Cook, very capable, and I heard they were best friends anyhow. But I accidentally wrote Tim Cook when I was working for Apple as CompUSA, and they did a marvelous thing. I was back from New York, and so I was working at Comp. Was very low income, and so I started really kicking it. I just like turning it around. We like triple doubled and everything else. I was winning bonuses all the time because the growth was so much. And then I was like, oh man, I had one day I sold 10 or 11 computers in one day. God bless me with it. But anyway, I was writing Tim Cook, and I was trying. It was before I couldn't afford the equipment yet, and so I asked Tim and Ron Perello. Yeah, I'm sorry for the guy. He's a great guy, great manager person, right? He really taught me some lessons. But in Buffalo, it's like it's amazing because when I went into that job, I said to myself, I'll never work here. It's just Buffalo just has that still on that level, on that level right there. They still, you know, segregated a little bit because it's out there, right? And so I just happened to be out there one day. I walked in the store and I could tell by walking in, I said, I'll never work in here because of that. And that's when God always gets me. Pow! Don't tell me never. Next minute, I go into the Apple store, which I'm good friends with them because I'm Apple aficionado, right? And then they give me a job. They say, well, we want you to be a manager over there. So God bless them. It was a wonderful job. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And I loved it. But there were some hard parts, but again, dealing with the people, not the customers. The people that was CompUSA. So anyway, there's the lightning. I saw it. So, but it was just before I got fired, and really to be fired by Apple, for not really doing anything really wrong, it's like that's like a rebel. I'm rebel. So it's an honor to be fired by Steve Jobs. Matter of fact, when I was out there and they took me out to California, I was a part-time employee, and they took me out there. Ryan was saying, "Don't go near him; he will fire you on the spot." I was like, "Where you at?" Not that I didn't want my job; it was just that I was gonna take my chances, risk, I was risk like a processor, Anyway, so the beautiful thing about it is, so I was writing one time and I wrote because I couldn't afford any equipment, and I got cursed out one day really badly by all the management team, right? For this was before I had sold those 10 computers. Then I was a hero, but I got cursed out because the Apple needed that needed that card, right? You had this expensive card. So they thought I was just trying to put a cool, expensive card in it, but they didn't know that you had to have the high-end card to run a 30-inch monitor. You could never sell a monitor unless people saw it. It was a $1,500 monitor. So I wanted that monitor so bad. I was like, I'm gonna buy it. You don't have to worry about it, But I accidentally, I didn't accidentally, I told, I accidentally sent an email and it went to Tim Cook, and Tim was real gracious about it. And then I said, look, I need a monitor. Do you have any computers up there? I need a Mac Pro because I still had my G4. And so my dual processor 500. And so I used that for 5 years, and that was my saving grace. I still got that machine. Apple computers don't die; they just, they just get passed on. You pass them on to somebody else, So anyhow, so I asked him, and I knew Rob wanted to fire me after that. He should have, because I wouldn't even talk about it. Because once I found it and the opportunity was there, I had to go for it. I was like, yo, I'm trying to make a movie here in Buffalo, and I really wanted to do this. So I asked them, do you have a monitor? Do you have any kind of funding kind of thing? I was official about it. That y'all can donate to that or an organization, Langston Hughes, and stuff like that. Since then, he says, he gave me the right information. So Tim Cook is like the best guy you can have running Apple computer. And he's like Steve number two. You know, you know, it's getting bad, y'all. I gotta go. Anyhow, so uh, I miss you, Steve. I got more Steve Jobs video. I'm gonna be telling the whole thing because I got to tell about Pixar. Because you cannot divide the two. There will be no Pixar 3D computer graphic. There will be no 3D. This whole big 3D computer graphic genre. It's Steve Jobs still, because Bill Reeves, Ed Catmull, Laster, all them guys, they needed money to get started. And Steve, they said that Steve was just giving them money. They weren't even making money, you know. And I'm telling you, I remember when it was on the Mac, like 10 years ago, and then it was off. They had software on the Mac. And then, Valus Group shaders and stuff. So, Steve, we with you, man. We with you. Keep busted. All right. Talk to you soon.